everybody, this is the weekly Divine Union reading and light language transmission. It's for around about the week of the 26th of July to about the 1st of August, give or take. These are not scheduled at a certain time of every week. They just come in when they come in, but they're about every week. So just whenever you're listening to them is when they're relevant for you. This does feel connected to the early stages of the opening of the 8-8 gateway, which started on the 26th. And this is a progression. So this is the process we've been in. This is the current state or the current advice, and then this is where that leads to. So we have been through the last few moon cycles, going deep, diving into the depths and examining ourselves and our relationships and where our belief patterns are coming from, especially childhood wounds and how they've shaped our current beliefs and expectations around relationships and all other things in our lives. Also, this is a divine union reading, so it's about soul relationships, divine counterparts, divine masculine, divine feminine, coming into unity within self, but also outside in the world. It's very much about twin flames, and these relationships, especially twins, they're our mirror. So this is traditionally the moon card. We've got two major arcana here. One where we're coming from and one where we're going to. And the moon is really about dropping into the unconscious, the subconscious, the root of our beliefs and the way that we make the choices we make. And in this reading, it's very, very, very much around our soul connections, our romantic relationships. So we've been going in, we've been examining, we've been seeing how our twin or our divine counterpart is our mirror. We've taken the time to go in and examine that relationship. So to put the rest of the world aside and just really look at how I'm feeling about this. What am I really feeling? What am I suppressing? What am I not looking at? What am I keeping myself busy not to see? What's keeping me stuck? Why am I not moving forward with this? So whether you are in a relationship in the 3D, in the physical world with your divine counterpart or not, it's still the same process, and it's still the same internal process within the divine masculine feminine energies within yourself. So you're going in and you're disconnecting from the world, taking the time, going into a meditative space, paying attention to your dreams, attending to what's coming up underneath, and how that is affecting the world around you, what you create in the world. So with divine counterparts, part of that process is that we are drawn together, we're magnetically drawn together. There is a soul longing. It's a soul longing to be together. At the soul level, the 5D, you're always together, you're always connected. You're in a singular process that's moving through you and expressing through your individual vessels in the world. But because there is that unity at the soul level, there is that longing in both counterparts to be together in the physical. There's a pulling, but it is so full of light and so full of divine love that until you've really worked through all the layers, and there are many, many layers of the shadows and the darkness and the wounds and the pains, the humanity really that comes up, it feels like pain. So that beautiful, loving, divine light that comes in, it shines a light on the shadow. That's what duality is. We're in a dualistic world. And as that shadow comes up, it hurts. And then that actually leads to a retreating from each other while you process it, or hide from it. And those are our choices. We can work with it, we can face the pain, we can look at the roots of it, we can heal it, we can do whatever it is we need to heal it, or we can run away from it and distract ourselves and be busy and find other relationships that are easy and they don't trigger us and they don't drop us into the depths and we don't long for them, but they're easy and comfortable, and in that way kind of healing, but not moving you forward, and not taking you into the possibilities and the depths of what life can be, that spiritual bliss, that passionate life. And this is often what is chosen, is the comfort over the passion and the bliss, and the connection and the depths of being met on all levels of your being. So this relationship can give you that if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to not suppress the longing, if you're willing to let that longing inspire you to go inner, do this work, look at the relationship, either as a couple if you're a couple or on your own. Just go inner and look at the relationship, what it triggers in you, what it brings up in you, how even the issues that they are displaying, that you're seeing them as having, are actually a mirror of your own, and how to work with it within yourself. And as you work with it within yourself, that's when it can shift and change. The other person is a reflection of you. You are an expression of the same energy. So, which takes me to this one. So this is where we're coming to, is having done that, you're recognizing that they are triggering and showing you the mirror, because you are the same divine energy that flows in each of us. This energy is the catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. So by accepting that this is here, not suppressing it, by acknowledging it, realizing that it brings up your wounds, but still holding space for that longing, not pushing it down, not running away from it, not being busy, not losing yourself in other relationships to distract your mind from this, which is always there in both counterparts, but recognizing that they are you. In a way, they are you. You're still an individual, but they are a reflection of you. And when you can really accept that in your heart and soul and mind, then instead of contracting and retreating or running, you can open up. So that pain can really close you down, and it can take you into your cave, really. It can take you into a cave state, away from society, away from social activity. You could say a dark night of the soul. A closed heart is a dark night of the soul. It's a period of healing, a period of isolation, in order to find out who you are in your individuality, in order to then, when you come back into the world and open up again, you're opened up from a clear space, knowing who you are, and you're expanding out stronger, and in this case, you've not just found who you are, you've also found this connection here, and you're accepting it and allowing it to be what it is, and not needing it to fit into any parameters or look a certain way, or behave a certain way, or meet any external conditions, but just to accept that this is real. It's there for a reason. It is part of me, and allow your heart to open up again. This is a natural process. You know, there's rhythms like the ocean. The tides come in, the tides flow out. There's rhythms that move through all life. It's like a breathing in and a breathing out, and as you breathe in, your lungs expand. As you breathe out, they contract, and this is part of the process. So we're coming out of the breathing in phase, the energy flowing in, looking inward, to starting to open up and come back out again now. Come back out into the world as a full expression of the newly realized self, the having woken up to those unconscious patterns. And then this is enjoying the bliss of holiday time together. So whether this is within yourself, the masculine, feminine in yourself coming into a divine unity and an expansion, and this is a going out in the world. That's a retreating, and this is now a going out in the world, bringing that unity outward, but as in togetherness. So this is very much about an internal togetherness. If you're in a relationship with your counterpart, an external togetherness in the real world physically as well. If you are in separation, it's just the accepting and the understanding and the aligning to and opening up to the fact that you are a unity with your counterpart, and celebrating it and honouring it in within yourself, honouring it, not suppressing it, being it in the real world, having positive thoughts and feelings about the connection, understanding that it has a purpose, and really reconciling that with your life, the other parts of your life, allowing the divine energy to move through you, not pushing it away, not seeing it as separate to you, seeing it as part of you. It's about the perception of it and the acceptance of it. And even if it's not your divine counterpart that you enjoy time together with, it will be somebody that meets that vibration in terms of you're now open to divine love and to togetherness, and that will come into your life because the universe meets your vibration. So whatever you're vibing to will come to you, as long as you don't have expectations around what that looks like. And that brings us to the next stage, which is what we're moving towards, and that is the other major arcana card, which is the Fool, which is trust. And it's understanding, it's coming to the point where you know that the universe has your back and that it's answering your prayers. So if you are aligning to this opening up and this coming together, and being in a divine union, you now need to follow the steps that the universe gives you, because it's providing it for you. There are opportunities coming now. You just need to let go of that expectation, let go of holding on, and let go of any old beliefs that have been limiting you and closing you down, and making you push away the world and keep the world separate. So this is really about confronting your childhood issues and where those beliefs come from, including past lives and ancestral cellular memory and things like that. This is about being in that childhood belief before those wounds happen. It's about being in the joy and the flow that you have when you're a child. It's really trusting that you are where you're meant to be, and you're being, I can really feel the strength coming through this, and that you're being guided on your path to where you're supposed to be, and that the things that you desire and that you long for, what you're called to, is what you can have and what you're meant to have, and that's where you're being taken. So with that trust at that higher level, that gives you the ability, that trust gives you the ability to give the relationship a chance and to work on it. You know, knowing that you are a singular process, that your divine energy is flowing through you, and you can bring that together. And that is the healing process that comes in and clears the pain that was moving through you. So whilst holding that trust and the light and the intention to work on the relationship and the partnership to bring it together, also be aware, stay conscious of any anger or sadness or anything that comes up whilst working on it, and bring the love into it, bring the trust into that, talk about it, clear it up, to be able to shift your frequency into this beautiful unity. So we're working on this card now. We're working on, one of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match in frequency with the other. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help elevate it. So this trust, this intention to work on it and bring it together in love, is clearing out old energies of sadness or anger. Nishikato, totoko potoko, akatataka, satokoko, chokotoko, totoko potoko cho, asatiti titi, takataka ko, totoko potoko potoko po, asatataka potaka titi, takatoko ko. So I'm getting that the sadness and anger may be about being in separation. It may be, you may be angry at the other one for not choosing you, or for hiding, or for running. For not putting the work in when things got hard or they hurt, and suppressing the longing, suppressing the forgiveness, okay? The forgiveness and the togetherness, and instead of working on the relationship and coming together. So this is bringing you back into trust of the process and working on specifically the relationship. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and we're extending that out to the relationship now. I've been getting a very, very strong knowing that what's also coming up from the subconscious at the moment is the connection, the telepathic connection and the longing for each other. It's coming up. It's there just as you're dropping off to sleep. It's you're connecting overnight. It's underneath the surface whenever you're in a quiet moment or waking up in the morning or in a meditative state. It's like it's coming up for both of you. The connection is coming up because it's time. There's a sense of time and opportunity now moving towards the Lion's Gate, and it's naturally, it's not even a conscious thing, it's naturally coming up, bubbling up from the depths, and you're kind of being pulled down into the depths to pay attention to this now, both parties. And it's like a collective level healing now of the separation and of the anger. But yes, so there's very much the forgiveness needs to come in. You may have been not willing to forgive. You may have been suppressing any desires to forgive. It's time to forgive. That feels like a real clearing out of the lungs, the heart, the throat. Breathing that life force in, that trust in, being at one with the inflow and the outflow of the divine breath, of the tides. As you get pulled into the depths and then get pulled back up into the surface and the outside world, and then back down into the depths. And being shown your angelic selves now. So we're working with the angelic selves, the part of you that's already in oneness and unity in the 5D. Sending down and the unity energy into the wounded selves. I'm getting while you're sleeping. The telepathic healing, the connections while you're sleeping is healing. The wounds. The parts of you that are keeping you separate. Yeah, I'm feeling those energies now moving through the legs and down into the earth. Yeah, very much feeling a sleeping. So a lot of these energies you're going to get while you're sleeping. Right, so if you I would suggest listening to that as many times as you need to. Goes a level deeper every time. Drink lots of water. Listen to your body. Really pay attention to the inflow and the outflow. When you need to go deep and quiet, do so. And when you're feeling that urge to be more outer and more in the world, do that as well. It's a process, and it's a flow, and it's something you can really learn to hone. Is that knowing when to go inner and when to be outer, when to be in the inflow, when to be in the outflow. Blessings, everybody.